So I'm actually really happy to speak with you and honored as well because I really respect your grind and your hustle and what you represent for Black women, young Black women in business, and on the influencer tip.
Right. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
Of course. Yeah. I had already covered your Wait a Minute merch launch. Well, it's not merch, it's a apparel line.
Right.
And I was really excited when I covered it because from the way I just look at you and how you represent your style and your brand, I'm like, she needs to be like more mainstream because she has the style, she has the edge, she has the look. And with wait a minute, I could really see it just scaling and going to the level as what we see with like Skims and some of that. And on top of that, you actually already had been successful as an entrepreneur from young.
Yes, ma'am.
And I think a lot of times that gets overshadowed. And I wanted to talk about that. So my first question is, who or what were some of your early entrepreneurial inspirations in life?
So when I first started my business, it was just clothes. And of course, I started selling hair, and somebody who I like looked up to as far as like a business owner, how she marketed her products was Ming Lee. She was like killing the hair game. Like when you heard weave, you thought of her. So I'm like, okay, she killing it with her age group. Somebody young, it's time for them to come in the hair game and dominate. And she was just always somebody like I really like looked up to and would use as inspo as far as like her way of marketing, because she would take her marketing to like the next level. It was just like iconic, super iconic back then. So she was definitely somebody who inspired me a lot. But other than that, it's just like me, my sisters, we all have just like that hustle in us to where I knew I didn't want to work for somebody. So I'm like, I got to make something shake for myself so I could be my own boss.
And you were young, you were still a teenager. So how, like, I know you're saying Ming Lee inspired you, but how did you know at such a young age that you were going to create your own brand?
So my dad actually was like, you have all these followers, you need to do something. Like you need to market, you need to turn each one of those followers into $1. And at this point, I think I had probably like 300,000 followers. So back then that was like, and then I'm like 15, 16. So back then everybody's like, how did you get these followers? What are you doing? How are you getting all these likes on your pictures? So my dad's like, okay, you know what? I'm about to set up a game plan for you. I'm going to go over to China. He actually went over to China after I was selling my t-shirts, because my t-shirt brand did so good. I sold out in a night. It was crazy. So my dad like, okay, t-shirts, you killed that. You did the clothes. It's time for you to really like make bank. So he went to China, found me a hair vendor. And since then it just was like, it went great. I found me a vendor, started selling hair, started my hair company. And then I feel like my hair company is what really opened up a lot of doors for me, because I had everybody wearing my hair at the time. Like it was crazy.
So going into that, so I wanted to first touch on even what you said with your father seeing like, okay, my daughter got something going. Is entrepreneurship something that runs in your family?
Yes. So my sister, she has her own business. My dad, he's an entrepreneur. Well, my stepdad is an entrepreneur, but he adopted me and my sister. So he's my dad. But everybody around me, like just all have a mindset of like, get it or don't get it. So, we all have to just use our platforms, especially like my sister has a following on social media. I do. And it's like, you got to turn those followers into dollars somehow.
Yes, that's amazing. Especially, because we're Black and this is a new wave, and just hearing a lot of times we're having to break generational curses. And it's amazing to hear that you had a parent in the household that already had that mindset and instilled it within you and your sister, and just seeing how y'all taken off. It's just amazing.
Right.
So with your first early businesses, you had the hair care, you did the t-shirt line. How were you securing funding? And you were so young.
Well, when I first started my t-shirt brand, I was selling clothes on Poshmark. So it was just like cheap clothes. I was wearing Forever 21, Hollister, just everything cheap at the time. Nothing was designer. And I put up so many of my clothes because I used to shop like crazy back then. I was like spoiled. My parents would give me money. I had all the Jordans. So they made sure I always looked good. So I always had like the cute latest pieces. Every time Forever 21 dropped, the people were like, okay, Jada, we just got a new shipment in. So I would just stay up to date. So I'm like, okay, I got all these clothes. I only wear my outfits once. I'm like, I'm going to make a Poshmark. And I started selling all my clothes and they sold out within one night. I put maybe like 30 pieces and I'm like, oh, okay. The girls like me. They like my closet. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep doing this. So eventually I was just posting clothes maybe like every day, just finding stuff from like years ago that I'm like, okay, somebody will buy it. They buying everything else. Let me just post it. And I just saved my money, kept saving. I'm like, I'm gonna start a t-shirt brand. So I started my t-shirt brand. And then with my t-shirt money, I started my boutique, which sold like shoes, earrings. I sold everything. And then after that, you know, I just kept growing. And then that's when my dad took that trip to China. And I just was reinvesting all my money into different businesses. And it just was getting better and better. And it worked for me.
That is so smart. So when it comes to like education, was there anything that you applied to your business acumen that you learned in school?
No, honestly, school doesn't teach you the things that you really need unless you go to college and you major in like business or something. But like middle school, high school, it just was in me, you know, like I had to just learn as I was going. And it's still a lot that I'm still learning today. Yeah. But I can't say school gave, I mean, honestly, school didn't give me any gems as far as running a business, you know, you kind of got to learn the steps yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know, from early, you know, you already had the style and sense of flair. I really love your fashion. Wait, I wanted to ask you because you said you only wear your outfits once. Is it still like that?
Yes. So if it's like a jogging suit or something, I'll throw it on maybe a couple times. But as far as like taking a picture, if once I take a picture of something, I'm done with it. It's like, gotta go. I can't, what am I gonna do with you? I already used you for what you were. Bye. Next piece.
Right. On to the next one. So where did you get your sense of fashion and style from? Do you think it was inherited? Was it like, yeah, was your mama fly? Or what do you
So
say?
my mom, she honestly, like I said, when we were younger, we had like all the Jordans, every outfit. Me and my sisters was wearing children's clothes. Mind you, I have two older sisters. She would dress all of us exactly alike. Bows, matching like just everything matching. So she kind of instilled it into me. Like I kind of just like follow her footsteps. My mom's still like super swaggy now. Like she'll have on an outfit that I would wear. I'll see her out. I'm like, wait, you look cute. So she, I'm gonna say I got it from her for the most part because she like when we go to school, our lunch boxes matching our book bags. We have the matching bows, the matching shoes, socks. So she really instilled it into me for sure.
That's beautiful. And so how does she feel now looking at you and your sister, the success you both have? Is she proud?
She's so proud. My mom is like overly proud. I mean, she doesn't have to work anymore. Who wouldn't be happy?
That's right. That's right. Those color coordinated bows worked out.
It worked out. Exactly.
So now you already were making bank as an influencer, promoting products, promoting clothing lines, and you made the big leap to start your own. What inspired you to start Wait a Minute?
So Wait a Minute was really like something that I was working on for so long. So I'll take you back a little bit. When I was selling hair, I did run into like a couple issues with my vendors. It was becoming too large for me, a 16-year-old girl, to run by herself. And mind you, I was running my hair company outside of my mom's house. So my mom's house literally looked like a sweatshop. Like we had bundles where I was restocking every Friday, selling out my bundles. It became a lot. So with it be like outgrowing what I can handle for my business as far as like a teenager who's still in school, I wasn't as hands-on as I should have been with such a large company like that. Because at the time, I mean, it was huge. Like I was making almost 50,000 every Friday just off of hair. Mind you, like I said, I'm a kid at this point. So as far as like, I still have to do a customer service. I have to talk to vendors 24/7. I have to make sure my shipping labels and everything is printed out before I go to school in the morning. I mean, it became a lot to where it was a lot of like negative feedback. And I said, you know what? After dealing with all the chargebacks and stuff that I dealt with and losing so much money trying to make sure that I got everybody their money back if they didn't get their packages, like just dealing with all the negative side that a lot of people don't talk about with having businesses. Dealing with that, I was like, you know what, I'm taking a break from all of this. And when I come again with another business, I want to have all my ducks in a row. I want to make sure everything is together. I have a staff. I have a place where I keep my inventory. I'm not just doing it out my house. And no shade, there's nothing wrong with doing it outside your house. But the companies I have, they're not just small businesses. Like, of course, I'm a small business owner, but they're huge. I sell a lot. I have a lot of inventory. I have a lot of orders. I have a lot of customer emails. So it's like I have to have a team. And I'm just like, you know what? When I come out with my next business, it's going to be all the way together. Like no room for no mistakes. So I really took my time with Wait a Minute merch, and I even ran into some issues. Some of the girls were saying like the new updated clothes that I just sold, like were too short. So every little thing, I don't care if they were like not even mean about how they said it. I took everything into consideration because I'm like, you know what? I can't go down the road that I went down 6 years ago when I had a business. Like I'm making sure my customers matter. So whatever they say, I'm going to try to fix it. I'm going to try to readjust whatever it is that I can't fix. So I'm not like no room for mistakes. And I'm standing behind that. I have a staff, I have a warehouse, and I have all my ducks in a row. So like just for like inventory issues, I no room for mistakes basically. Like I don't have that. I put a lot into this company, and the reason why I take it so serious is because I once had a company that I let kind of outgrow me, and I was like, I'm not doing that no more, because just imagine if I would have kept my hair company where I would be at today, you know. But it's okay, everything happens for a reason. So like I'm treating Wait a Minute as if it's like another loyal, like another baby.
I love it. And we see that, you know, because you know, we did see and it wasn't a lot. It wasn't like on, you know, some of these other apparel or swimsuit companies where it was like a whole bunch of reviews. There was just the one that we saw, and you owned up to it. And then even now, just looking at the comment section on the Instagram page, you're responding back personally. People can tell that you're taking their concerns, their feedback into account, and that really creates customer loyalty. It's not just about having all these followers and this influence. It's about really showing that you care. And that's what we're seeing. In addition to the quality, I can say with the new drop that you're promoting that looks like it's about to come out for the winter, it just looks like the quality looks real good. It'll keep you warm and cozy. Is that what you're going for starting out?
So the point of my company, I wasn't really, that's why it's called merch, but I'm actually rebranding to get rid of the merch word, because merch kind of like dumbs things down a little bit. So honestly, it was just something fun I was doing. I just really didn't expect it to go how it's going. So mainly what I wanted from this company was to be like stuff you could wear to the airport, you know, like literally merch, like stuff you just throw on. But now it's becoming like so much of a brand. I see the girls who tag me, they're wearing it like to the club, so they're wearing it out, and it's looking like legit a brand. So I'm like, okay, it's time to revamp a little bit. It's time to give like, you know, more quality pieces, just because the girls who are supporting me, they're not just they don't want to just wear it to the airport. They don't want to just wear it to the grocery store. They're wearing this stuff like as apparel, as outfits. They're going to the club, they're going to like real events wearing this stuff, which is so lovely to see. But I'm just gonna make it more of a brand. But eventually, like the start of it was to just be some just loungewear, you know, like just not really outfits, but more so just like chill clothes. But I'm getting more into like the branding and more making it more upscale so that you can wear it anywhere.
Right. Because when I look at Wait a Minute, I think of Skims. Early day Skims, she kind of started it the same way, where it was just loungewear. And it's like, you know, you look at where it's scaled to now, and I don't want you to limit yourself, because it's like you have the same the same amount of strong following, loyal supporters, and I want to see us win. So right. Definitely. So now, I mean, you touched on it yourself with taking customer feedback, but how important is that to you? Just going from your past experiences, what have you learned from your customers?
So like I was saying before, customers, they mean everything to me. It might sound so cliche to say, but when I say that, I really mean it. Like I read all my comments on my business page. I still, to this day, even though we don't have much emails because all the orders have been shipped out, everything has been dealt with, I still respond to emails. Like I'm super hands-on with my company only because I remember how it was back in 2016 when I was selling hair, like how important customer service was back then. So I still like to be hands-on now. I don't care if I have a whole team who does that for me now. I still like just being hands-on right. And responding to my customer feedback because they mean everything. They're the reason the business is going to keep growing. So it's like I take customer service serious. Anything they have, like any ideas, I take everything into consideration. Just recently, I had a shoe design that someone wants to collab on a heel with Wademan with, and I posted the shoes and they hated them. So I even told the company, because the company was like, they're still good, let's still put them out. I'm like, no, my customers don't like not just for the money. Like I'm in it for longevity. I don't want to just say like, I want these customers here to just buy my pieces and that's it. Like, no, I want returning customers. Returning customers matter more than a new customer to me. So it's like, that means a lot. Like I learned a lot from selling hair a long time ago. So I just want to keep that same momentum that I had back then now times 10.
Amazing. And what would you say how your current businesses, how they're helping you grow as a person and as a businesswoman?
So I just see like the importance of things. And now I don't think just for today, I think long term. Mm-hmm. Like I told you, just imagine if I would have, stayed hands-on, hired a team, got a warehouse back then for my hair business, where I would be right now. But back then I was thinking like, if I do this the right way, I probably couldn't have been work or didn't have to work now if I would have kept going back then. So now I look long-term instead of just like, okay, it's a company. Okay, whatever. It's just a company. No, like this is a company and I want it to grow and I want it to be somewhere 15 years from now.
Right. And, you are a busy woman. How do you balance it all between running your businesses, still, doing your work as an influencer, like staying true to your product endorsements and being a mom, raising your child? How do you balance everything?
Honestly, it's no way to balance it. You just have to do it. Like I don't have a set schedule. I don't have a routine. It's like today you have a Zoom call, but when you leave here, you got to take 5 pictures because you have to have this posted by this time. And Loyal is in the bed right now, sleep. So he's going to wake up any minute and you still got to get everything you need done. I just have to do it. It's no such thing as balance. You got to just make it work.
That's right. That's absolutely right. And now with your life as an influencer, you actually really do a great job at going high when others go low. And I wanted to know how you, like, even though your name gets brought up in things, how you keep yourself away from the drama.
I had to just learn whatever you give your energy to, that's what's going to be what's talked about the most. Or whatever you say, okay, I'm not engaging in that. I don't care if they saying this, that. Sometimes the best response is no response. Maybe 3 years ago, I'm just getting like this since I had Loyal, because before you would look up my name and it would be like drama. And that doesn't get you anywhere. Like being on the blogs, like it's in a negative light, all that responding, clapping back, like it doesn't get you anywhere. It's not a good look. I work with companies who really stand by, like, if you say the wrong thing, your contract is up. They will cancel you. Canceling is serious. So sometimes I'd rather not say nothing because social media today is so sensitive. It's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. Mm-hmm. So I kind of just like sit back and I just look into like what really matters. If it is not stopping in my bag, if it's not affecting my peace, it's like, okay, whatever.
Right.
So I had to learn that just recently because I wasn't always like this. Whatever you give your energy to is what is going to be the next big thing. So I have to protect my peace, my energy. So I just really like watch what I respond to these days because a lot of it is like BS.
Exactly. It is. And I mean, you were mentioning like companies, like they'll decide if they want to work with you or not. When you decide if you're going to work with a company, is it based on what the company represents, like their mission, or is it based on if, you know, they're meeting your requirements rate wise?
Well, of course, rate, it always comes into play, but if I like a company, like what they have to sell, I don't care. A lot of companies I work with have 0 followers, but they're like, I know Jada is gonna get me the following I need and the sales. So I don't look at followers. I don't look at who's worn the stuff, like famous people. I don't care about none of that. I will work with a brand that literally, like I say, have no followers. As long as I like the stuff, if the stuff is cute, and if I can wear it, and if I would go in, this is what I always tell my manager when she sent me over stuff. If I wouldn't go into the store and buy it, I'm not promoting it, because I want all my stuff on my feed to, like, I want to sell it to my followers. I want it to be organic. I don't want it to seem forced. And it's been a couple of times, like years ago, I would just take anything for promo. Mm-hmm. And you can tell, like, okay, Jada, you lying. You're lying. Like, you don't really like this. So I want to stay as true to my followers as I can. And like, I really mean that. If I'm not going to walk in the store and say, okay, like, I like this one, I want to buy it, I'm not promoting it on my page.
That's right. Now, you have a crew. Y'all all fly. All your friends, y'all all fly. I've seen also like throwback videos of you and Des Dior. She's a poppin' rapper. Y'all have always been super like cute. And what did y'all call yourself? The Yes Girls? What's it called?
We had
Caution.
We had a group. Oh my goodness.
Yes. So I wanted to know, like, do you guys have plans of working together, you know, now that you both have more success, you're older, wiser, do you have plans of like doing a project together in some kind of way?
Well, actually, we never really talked about anything recent. Because, you know, she's in her own lane, I'm in my own lane. I love the fact that now she's like actually working and making a name for herself. So I kind of like don't want to dim that. Like I want Des to do her thing. I want her to stay in her own lane. I don't want to conjoin on nothing yet, because I feel like she's not even where she's supposed to be at yet. So, you know, we still both of like growing together. So it's like, as far as anything, you know, as far as collaborations with us too, we haven't talked about it yet, but maybe soon to come for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So now I just have a little like light, fun questions when it comes to your life as an entrepreneur. I wanted to know, what's one thing about your life that looks better on social media than it really is?
The glitz and glam. Like, everyone think that, oh, Jada, she get her makeup done. She got all this jewelry. She do this, do that. Da, 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 da. I hate getting my makeup done. I hate getting my hair done. I hate getting my nails done. I hate it. Like, if I could just walk around in my braid down all day, like run to the store in my braid down. But when they tried to make a big thing on social media one time, like, Jada just out looking crazy. So it's like, I can't even go to the store in my braid down no more. I gotta, like, I gotta always have on a wig. I gotta always have on makeup. Like,
right.
I hate it so much, but people might look at it like, oh my God, she get to get dressed up every day. Yeah. Half of the time, I want to sit in my bed with my son and don't do nothing.
That's the best. Like the fun. I love that answer. So now when it comes to like your success, what would you say is the single most important reason for your success?
Like, I feel like now, since I'm a mom, I have something to do it for. I want my kids to be like good. I really think long term. And I just got like this once I became a mom, because before, like I said, I would just do stuff and not think like, okay, wait, I'm really somebody. This could be bigger than what I'm seeing today. So now I think long term. Now I think 15, 25 years from now, like, everything right now is for the moment. I'm young, I'm lit on the internet, but this will not be here forever. So I take this time to milk the cow so you can't milk it anymore. So I'm getting my hands in every investment, any endorsement deals. I mean, I don't try to turn down too many things, because it's like, you never know where to be or where that will get you 10 years from now. So it's like, now I'm just working. I'm in work mode, grind mode, to just make all the hard work pay off in the long run.
That's right. And if you had to battle a giant, what weapon would you use? This is like a metaphorical question.
Honestly, I don't know. If I was to battle a giant, my mindset, like, I honestly feel like I would beat up the giant regardless, because I think smart, I think smarter, and I work harder and think smarter.
That's right.
No, that's not the right quote.
Work smarter, not harder.
Work smarter, not harder. Okay, yeah. I work smarter for sure. My mindset is like to the roof. Mm-hmm. I see like it's like they do all this with just everything. I'm like, I did that, but you did too much to do that. Like, mm-hmm. You didn't even have to fall that to get the same outcome I got. So I definitely work smarter, not harder. I make everything just like easy, but it's my mindset, and everybody have this mindset that I have. So
that's right. That's why you're doing what you do. And so just what's next? I mean, I know you got another drop coming. Can you let us know like when that's coming and what your plans are for the next 6 months going into the new year?
So I really don't have a release date on my drop because we have to do quality control. Like, I'm going through every item myself, making sure that there's nothing wrong with the pieces. Everything needs to be perfect. So we got to do like quality control. We have to do inventory. We have to stock everything. We have to relabel all of our bins and everything. So it's going to take a while before I just say, okay, here's a date, because I want to make sure everything is right before I just release again. So I can't really say a date, but once I find one, I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
Keep us in the loop.
And what's next for me is I'm about to start reality TV. So that's going to be fun. And I want to get into like the makeup world. I feel like makeup has become a part of me now. Like, I never got into doing my own makeup until just recently. Like, now I don't want makeup artists touching my face because I feel like they don't know how to do my face how I do my face. So I want to get into the makeup world. I feel like I could really do good in that field, selling makeup products. So I think that might be next for me.
I love it. I'm here for it. Can you give us any tease about the reality show?
That was the tease. I'm doing a reality show. I can't really say much more about it. I'll start filming within like the next 3 weeks. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah. Only because like, people see what I post on Instagram, but they don't really see the stuff that I go through, really like the backside of a lot of the glitz and the glams. Like, it's not good, so I'm actually really happy about doing reality TV because I feel like it'll just open up a new door and bring in a whole different crowd that probably felt like I wasn't relatable. Then they'll be like, hold on, wait, she's normal just like me. So yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm so happy to be able to talk to you and tap into your business skills because you have them. And you're out here doing it and putting on for us Black women. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed this interview.
Yes, thank you, girl. Well, I'll be in touch and keep shining, keep growing, keep profiting, and keep creating dope stuff for us.
Thank you so much. Thank y'all.